Okay, in this video I'm going to try and explain to you how a basic network works. So I'm going to start off just by drawing a computer here. Okay, so my computer's drawn, and obviously to have a network of computers I'm going to need more than just one computer, so I'm just going to duplicate this a little bit, and we'll put 4 computers on our network. Now then, I could just connect all these computers up together, just attach cables from one computer to another, but instead on most normal networks nowadays, we have what's called a router. So I'm going to draw in the router here, and the router is going to be like the hub of the network, and I'm going to connect each computer up to the router. So there we have my 4 computers all connected to the router. Okay, so let's just label this, write in router here. And a router needs an IP address, and standard IP address on most of your home networks will be 192.168.1.254. And each of the computers on the network is also going to need an IP address, so I'm just going to give these the IP 192.168.1 up to 192.168.4. Okay, so the computer at 192.168.1 over here, it wants to send a file over to 192.168.4 over here. So let's just draw a little file in here, so just any type of document will do. Now the file on its own is way too big for it to be sent in one go. Okay, so this file on its own can't just be sent straight over the network. What we're going to need to do instead is we're going to need to break up the file into lots and lots of little packets. So this file is going to get broken up by the sending computer into lots and lots of different packets. I'm just going to draw 5 little packets here. Now each one of these packets is going to be made up of several things, and I'm going to oversimplify this, but basically each packet is going to consist of the IP address of the computer that's doing the sending. So that's in this case 192.168.1. A bit of the data, okay, so just a tiny portion of the data, and then the IP address of the computer that it wants to send it to. So in this case 192.168.1.4. So each of those packets contains a tiny bit of data and the IP address of the sending, the IP address of the receiving computer. The packets are going to get sent along the cable to the router, and when it gets to the router is going to be able to look at the packet, and it's going to be able to say, this one's destined for 192.168.1.4. So the router will forward that packet on along the wire over to the computer. Now each of the packets is going to follow exactly the same route. In this case they're going to go to the router and then off over to the computer until the computer at the other end has got all those packets, and then the computer 192.168.1.4 can then join all those packets back up together to make the original file again. And that's basically how files and packets are sent over a pretty basic network.